We're going to move right on to the next hot take session. Anthony Montiero, I mispronounced it. Anthony, my mistake. But I couldn't be more excited to honestly. I think I met you one point at an event, different scenario. I saw your product for the first time at Draiver just the other day, and I was like, this makes complete sense. So I want to welcome you to the program. I love the screen in the back. I think you just won the award for Best Backdrop. And so thanks for joining us today. Thank you for supporting the event. And please, can't wait to have you tell us all about what you're working on.
Yeah, cool. So, it's hard to follow Brian, right? So, the new kid on the block, but I'm really not. I'm kind of like the old guy in the room because I've been around this stuff since 1989 and, through AutoWeb and eLead and Sonic. But, what we did and what we found is as the dealers started to move into the digital retail space, and at eLead, we built a product that was a digital retail widget, right? So plug it on the website, connect it with the dealer, and go through the steps. What I found out really quickly is as we were taking the humans away, we needed more humans, right? So we were like, okay, there's a bunch of missing pieces here. And the missing pieces are the trade-in piece became huge, right? How do I really put a number on that trade car when the customer not coming to the dealership? So we came up with a way to go out and spec that car and pick the car up and bring it back to the dealership without the customer having to get in the car and go down there. We can drop off the potential car that they want to test drive. So we kind of took all of these things that we need to move vehicles around, right? And if you look at a car dealership, they move a lot of vehicles every single day. And we never thought as we built out this business model, we were going to be serving dealers as fast as we did. So COVID came in and, oddly enough, every single dealer that I had spoke to before that hated Carvana all of a sudden wanted to become Carvana. But the good news is we already had the platform, right? We served Penske box trucks and huge fleet companies and moved thousands of vehicles around with logistics and humans getting in. It's the first platform that a driver, like an Uber driver on demand, can show up, get inside of a car, drive it away, be fully insured throughout that whole trip, drop it off somewhere else, get out of, pick up something else, whether it's a package or another vehicle. So, we started looking at what dealers really struggled with as they got into trying to do this digital retailing, and I've recoined it. I haven't trademarked this yet, but I call it remote selling, right? Because it's really not digital retailing. You're trying to sell something remote. You're trying to service somebody without them being on premise. So we went
from
explanation. On-prem to off-prem, right? And I've been in the car business for a long time, and that's not what we do. We like to be face to face. We like to shake your hand. We want you to touch that car. We want you to smell it. We want you to take mental ownership. That's what we do as car dealerships. So this is really a massive culture change. And as I looked at, we don't just need to worry about logistics because that's huge. We need to worry about the process. And several other people talked about this earlier, right? What's the process that we need to put in place? So I've kind of teamed up with Vinny Machici at Stralid, and we're building out this whole, connect the logistics piece to the full digital retailing process. So a car can show up in your driveway without infrastructure investment, right?
Well, I don't want to bury the lead story. Before we get too much further, can you just explain in a paragraph like what Draiver actually does and what they actually are? I don't want to assume that people know what it is. So before we go any further, go for it.
Right. So I'm a car dealer. I need to move a car from point A to point B. I have a porter. I have a sales guy. I hire the retired gentleman that comes in and does my dealer trades. What Draiver is a platform that on demand, you can go into our software platform and say, I need to move this car from point A to point B. I need to get another car over at point C, and then I need to bring it to D, E, F, and G. And it can string along into multiple touch points and multiple tasks, as we call them. So that leg of movement can be done all through our Draiver network. Now, we also can let your staff use our software to plan their day of vehicle movement. A lot of people don't know this. 500 million vehicles are moved in the United States every year by a person other than the owner of the vehicle. So the logistics of trying to figure out who can move that vehicle and when, at what time of day, and at what cost, because there's costs associated, right? Flatbed trucks come with a cost. A porter comes with a cost. My shuttle driver comes with a cost. How do I do that super efficiently and on demand? If I want to move one car, I move one. If I want to move 100, we'll move 100 for you. So hopefully in a nutshell,
No, that is. And it's so, like, most people use the Uber example, right? You supply your dealers supply the need, and then you supply the driver through the software interface where you can connect the dots between the two.
Absolutely perfect, right? And then we took it another level with AI, right? So typically, if I'm a dealer, I'm going to say, "Hey, Anthony, I need you to go pick up that car at our sister store and bring it back." And then Paul, I need you to go do a dealer trade. And then Johnny, I need you to go pick up Dr. Smith's car and bring it back for service. What our platform will do is let you just put all of those moves in at once, and it will logistically say, this is the most efficient way to do it at the least amount of cost at this time of day during this time of traffic, and it will figure out your drivers or our drivers. And the beautiful part of it is that we can supplement your own dealership drivers with our network of drivers, so you don't have to make that big investment in your own personnel and or these big infrastructure costs of flatbed trucks.
I think that's a critical point, because everybody's got something set up right now. And in this season, it's getting really inefficient, because, like, oh, I need to find like another dozen retired guys, and then all the demand is at the front of the day and the back of the day, and they might be awake but they're napping at the end of the day, like whatever the situation is. We got about 2 minutes left. Can you tell me and tell us, like, how fast can somebody get up and running on this? Because I usually don't do this, but it's really, I think, an immediate need that everybody has, and there's a lot of questions around it. I didn't even know this existed a week ago. So how fast can somebody get up and running?
Today, I'll send you a contract by the end of the day. Logistically, it takes us about 3 days to get everything set up. We're in 26 markets with pretty heavy driver networks. There's some markets that are smaller. For example, where I'm at, I'm in Northwest Florida. We went into Pensacola, and within a week and a half's time, there was 5 drivers in our network. We now have 50. So basically what we do, and I know we're running out of time, is we dip into the Uber and the Lyft pool of drivers. And we have a very, very tight relationship with Uber, because we shuttle our drivers around with them. But we can reach out to those drivers, and here's the thing. You're not driving your car, you're driving typically maybe a much newer car. You're not using your gas, and it's on our insurance. So we're able to bring those drivers in pretty quickly. So at the outside, it would take 2 weeks to build out a territory that doesn't have a lot of drivers.
Fantastic. Anthony, thanks for presenting this and being, obviously, thank you for sponsoring the event and being a part of that. But more importantly, I think communicating this quickly, I think this is probably one of the most relevant services that a lot of people didn't know existed, that is ready to go. We're going to make sure everybody has information they need. And obviously, I'm assuming you're on LinkedIn and active on social media platforms. So if you want to reach out, there are no barriers anymore. We have DMs. You can just get in touch right away. You know how to do it already. So Thank you for spending some time with us. I can't wait to talk more.
Really, really love the show, and thank you.
My pleasure.